Hi everyone, my name is Nargis Nasreen and we are here to solve another question on SQL, and today is day 26 of solving 100 questions on SQL, and the question we are going to solve today is premium versus premium, and this question got asked in Microsoft. So the question is, find the total number of downloads for paying and non-paying users by date, include only records where the non-paying customers have more downloads than paying customers. The output should be sorted by earliest date first and contain 3 columns: date, non-paying downloads and paying downloads. And for Oracle users, it is given that they should use date when referring to date column. So in this question, what we have to do? We have 3 tables given. If in first table, we have user information. In second table, we have account information. In third table, we have downloads information. So using these 3 tables, we have to find out the total number of downloads for paying and non-paying users. And there is one condition given, that is the downloads by non-paying users should be greater than the paying users. Okay, and then we have to print 3 columns, that is date, non-paying downloads and the paying downloads. Okay, so let's first quickly see what do we have in these 3 tables. So in the user table, we have user ID and account ID. So we have the user ID of user and the account ID of user. In account table, we have account ID and whether the customer is a paying customer or not. If the value is no, the customer is a non-paying customer. If the value is yes, the customer is a paying customer. And in the third table, that is download table, we have date, user ID, and downloads. So in these 3 tables, we have user information. So to put them together, we have to join these 3 tables. Only then we can go further. Okay, so how to join 3 tables? So let's see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this first table, that is user table, because it has user ID and account ID, which is a common column. That is, with account table, it has account ID in common, and with download table, it has user ID in common. So I'm going to name this table as U, then join this account table. Let's name this as A on U dot account ID is equal to A dot account ID, right? Let's run this code and let's mention the column names. So I'm going to write down U dot star comma A dot star. Let's run this. So we have these 4 columns: user ID, account ID, and paying customer. Account ID coming twice because we had this column in both of these 2 tables, that is user table and the account table. So if we want to restrict, so what we can do, we can select user ID from first table, then account ID from second table, and A dot paying customer as well from the first table. Let's run this. Okay, so now we have this. Now we have to join the third table, that is the download table. So for that, we are going to write down join this table. Let's name this as D on U dot account ID is equal to D dot, not account ID, but user ID. U dot user ID is equal to D dot user ID. Okay, and now let's mention here that we need all the columns from D column. Let's done this. So we are getting this. Okay, again user ID is coming twice because it is common in both the tables, that is the user table and the download table. So we are going to restrict the column names here. So I'm going to write down D dot date and D dot downloads. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so now we have user ID, account ID, paying customer, date, and downloads. Now what we have to do, we have to find out on some day, for paying customer value no, what is the number of downloads? And on again some date, for paying customer value yes, what is the number of downloads? Then only we will be able to compare whether the paying customer downloads is greater than non-paying customer downloads or not. Okay, so for unique date and unique customer, we have to find out unique number of downloads, right? So this is what we have to do. So this is simple. What we are going to do, we are going to do group by. We are going to do group by on date because it is going to give us unique date. Then on paying customer, paying customers. Okay, And then we have to find out the number of downloads. So I'm going to do sum because we need total number of downloads happened on a particular day by a particular customer. Let's run this so that we can see the output and we can understand better. Okay, unknown column, paying customers. It is paying customer, not customers. Okay, so we have this. Let's name this as download count. Okay, so we have user ID, we have account ID, we have paying customer, we have date and download count. Let me order this, order by date column. Okay, so that now we will understand better. So for this user ID and this account ID, on this date, when the paying customer value is no, that is, it is a non-paying customer, the download count is 11. On the same date, when the paying customer value is 1, the download count is 11. So what it means on this day, there were several paying customers and this much download has happened. Okay, on this date, non-paying customers made this much download. Okay, there can be different non-paying customers, and that is why we did sum, so that for a particular date and for a particular type of customer, we can get the download count. Okay, so this is what we have done till here. Now what we have to do, we have to find out that, okay, let me do one thing. Let me put this in a CT. And I'm going to write down select star from CT. So we will get the same thing. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to find out on a date how many customers were paying customers. For example, I want to create a table like this where I will have date, then I will have a paying customer and the download count will be 11 and non-paying customer. Sorry, I will have the date value, that is this date, 15th of August 2020. Then I will have paying customer, the value will be yes, and the download count is going to be 19. Then I will have another column that is non-paying customer for those customer where the paying customer value is no, and I will show the download count. So it will be 11. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. So to make this table, what I'm going to do, I will select date column, right? Then I will say case when paying customer is equal to no, then take what? Download count, right? And end as non-paying. Let's name this column as non-paying. And we have to do the same thing for paying customers. So I'm going to write down when paying customer value is yes, then take download count and name this as paying. Okay. And see, we want what you want for unique date. For example, let me show you how it will look like right now. So see, for this date, non-paying downloads is 11 and paying download is 19, right? But we are getting two rows, but it can be shown in only one row. Why we are getting two rows? Because there are two values on the same date, one for paying customer and one for non-paying customer. So to show this information in one row, what we are going to do, we need unique date, right? For each row. So for that, I'm going to write down group by on date. Here we have to put sum, and here as well we have to put sum. Okay, now it is coming better. So why did we put sum? Whenever we do group by, we have to use one aggregate function. Okay, on the columns we want to apply it. So for non-paying customers, it is going to sum all the values on this date, and it is 11. For paying customer as well, it is going to sum all the values, and it is going to be 19. And for the remaining rows as well, it is showing the same thing. Now, what we have to do, from this, we have to select only those rows where the non-paying downloads is greater than paying downloads. Okay, so this is simple. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm quickly going to make another CT. And from here, I'm going to write down select star from CTE2 where non-paying is greater than paying. That's it. Now let's run this. And we are getting this. Okay. So on this date, the non-paying downloads are 15 and paying downloads are 14. If you see, in all of the rows, non-paying values is greater than paying values. Okay, so we get our output. Now let's see the expected output. So yeah, it is matching, right? It is matching. And yeah, we get the query. And this is the query that we use to solve this problem. Let's try to submit our solution. And yeah, our solution got accepted. Okay. So yeah, this is how we solve this problem. It is a good question. We have three tables. So first we learned how to join three tables. And then what we did to find out number of downloads for each date and each type of paying customer, we did group by and we summed the number of downloads. And then using case statement, what we did, we created two new columns, for one for paying, one for non-paying, and it stores the values of number of downloads. Okay, and then using the where condition, we extracted now those rows where the non-paying downloads is greater than paying downloads. So this is what we did. I hope you understand this problem. You can solve this problem using one CTE as well. I think my query is lengthy, but you can do it in short way as well. But you can try it, and if you can do it, you can put it in the comment section. I'll look into it. So if you have any problem in this question or in any question, you can put it in the comment section. If you have more solution to this problem, you can put that too in the comment section. If you like this video, keep liking. Do not forget to subscribe. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.